Well, hello there, I am back once again, and today I am making a video about why being a fangirl is really hard. Because if you're not a fangirl, you don't realize how hard it is, and if you are a fangirl, then you completely understand me and where I'm going to be going with this. So being a fangirl has a lot of tasks and aspects to it, and some of the biggest aspects are the emotional aspects and the monetary aspects and the fact that you can't control things like your life or the way your body moves and yeah, things like that. So, first, the emotional aspects of it, you need to understand when you're a fangirl that at any point in time, you will just begin to become emotional. Like, you don't know why, you just are emotional, and, it can be any emotion really, but for the most part, you will cry. Crying is the most emotion. Crying from being happy, crying from laughing, or crying because your feels. For instance, I was just watching the new episode of Teen Wolf, and at one point Scott attempts to kill himself, and Stiles, like, jumps in there, and he's like, Scott, you can't, you're my best friend, you're my brother, and I couldn't, my feels, I couldn't handle it, I just started crying. I was like, no, my baby Scott, my baby Stiles, why are you doing this, oh my gosh, why? Yeah, that was a little bit of fangirling, but, I couldn't control my emotions and I started crying, and if you noticed, I called Scott and Stiles my baby, and when you are a fangirl, you will begin to call everybody your baby, regardless of if they're older or younger than you, regardless if they're a boy or a girl. If you fangirl over them, they are now your baby, and you will refer to them as my baby. And then my feels, I mentioned that as well. That's another, if you're a fangirl, you have a lot of feels. And you can't control them really, because being a fangirl isn't even a choice that you make. It's kind of like some people are and some people aren't, and it doesn't matter what you want to be, you're gonna be whatever it is that you were meant to be. And I don't know if it's like a hormone or a chemical in the brain, but something makes certain girls fangirls, and something makes certain girls not fangirls. But along with the emotional aspect of it, sometimes your body will just flail uncontrollably and you won't know why, and it's normally when you're like really excited and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, ah! And you're just flailing and you don't know. Sometimes you might fall off the couch, sometimes you might fall out of bed, you might just tumble over because your body is flailing uncontrollably, and you might get hurt or you might hurt somebody next to you, because if you're flailing near like a table and you flail into it, then you're gonna hurt yourself. Or if you're flailing next to your friend, you might whack them in the face, and your friend should understand. And if they're not a fangirl, then you need to warn them that when you are watching something or doing something that you fangirl over, you are not responsible for any bodily injuries that come to them. But being a fangirl is a job, and it is a very difficult job because there's a lot of things that you need to do. Like, you need to know when your TV show is on, like what time it starts. You need to know what day of the week that is. You need to know when the new season is starting, when it's been off for like 3 months. You need to know the names of the actors, because let's be real here, when you're talking to people, you're not going to be like, Aria and Hannah did this last night on Pretty Little Liars. No, Lucy Hale and Ashley Benson. You got to know their actual names. So yeah, and being a fangirl is a job, but it's a job that you don't get paid for. Unless, of course, you're Tyler Oakley, and in that case, he is living the dream, and I just wish I was him. And if you don't know who Tyler Oakley is, he's another YouTuber, and you should get on your shit and go watch his videos because I said so. So, anyway, so when you're a fangirl, if you fangirl over a band, which you probably do, and you probably fangirl over more than one band, you're going to want to see all of the bands that you like in concert when they're near you. And if they're near you more than once, you're probably going to see them more than once. And if they don't come near you at all, you're probably going to travel up to 6 hours to see them, or something like that. So I just went to 2 One Direction concerts, one in Hershey, one in Philly, and I'm going to 3 Jonas concerts in Homedale, Atlantic City, and Hershey. So I spent a lot of money on those 5 concert tickets, plus I bought meet and greet for the one Jonas concert, because I want to meet them again, because why not, and because I love them. So I spent a lot of money on that, and then say you like a book, or a certain author. Like, I love John Green, so I will read every John Green book, and I will buy every John Green book. So when you buy the books are like $20. They're not they're not cheap. So then you're spending money on that. And say they turn your book into a movie, like they're turning The Fault in Our Stars by John Green into a movie. And let's be real here, I'm not going to see it once. I'm going to see it 4 or 5 times. And a movie ticket alone, I mean, it's not cheap, but it's not really expensive. It's like, I mean, $10 for a movie ticket is a little ridiculous, but you got to do what you got to do. So then you're going to go and see the movie 4 or 5 times, so you're going to spend $40 or $50, and that's a little ridiculous. So it's expensive. So being a fangirl costs a lot of money, so you need a job to support yourself. So you need a job to support your job that you didn't even want in the first place, and it just came on to you. Because the only way to really stop yourself from being a fangirl, if you are a fangirl, is to seclude yourself in a bubble and live under a rock. Because you can't control it otherwise. You start watching a TV show and all of a sudden you're hooked and you can't stop. Like, I have a Netflix account, which most fangirls probably do, because when you want to start a new fandom, you want to get into a new fandom, you need to watch the show. So, like myself, I want to watch Doctor Who. I want to get into it. So I have my Netflix, which Netflix is not free either, so you have to pay for that. And then when you start it, you don't stop until you finish. Like, if every episode is 40 minutes and there's 100 episodes, you're going to watch every episode back to back to back to back, and you're only going to take a break to pee, because nothing else is more important than that TV show, which kind of sucks for school, because if you are in school like I am, and I'm taking a summer class right now, I'm taking a history course, when I start watching this Doctor Who, I know for a fact history is not even going to be on my mind. Like, I'm going to be like, what is history? What is this class? Am I actually in a class? So I need to know that I need to wait until that's done, but my class doesn't end until August 18th, and my school starts on August 26th, so the likelihood of me being able to watch it between August 18th and August 26th is very unlikely. So I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I need to get to it soon because I really want to be in this fandom. But then there's also the merchandise aspect of it, because if you're a fangirl, you probably have merchandise from every fandom that you're a part of, most likely. And you probably have like a poster, at least a poster. If you're anything like me, you have posters from floor to ceiling. You might have a pillow or like a bed sheet, or you might have something framed, like a picture or something. I don't know, but you probably have something, and merchandise is not cheap. A One Direction shirt at their concert was $40. That's ridiculous. $40 for a t-shirt, but you gotta do what you gotta do because you're in the fandom and you're a fangirl and you can't help it. So if you're a fangirl and you have any other reasons why being a fangirl is hard, you can write it in the comments below. You can like the video if you liked it. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to. You can follow me on Twitter and on Tumblr, just CyberLins, and you can like me on Facebook, which is also CyberLins. I'll put the links in the description below. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're a fangirl, I feel your pain. Alright, bye!